Hello and welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to use up a whole 12 by 12 piece of paper. It could be one-sided or two-sided. But anyhow, that's what I've got laid out here. And I showed you that I used these two pieces and these two as little journal cards that I've already decorated. So they go off to the side. The piece that we're actually going to make out of this is something I've called a 3-2-1 journal card. And it'll lay like this on the front or the back inside cover. You can probably get it on one of your pages, but it's 5 inches wide. You have to take that into consideration. Underneath, it's got a large journal card. This will be for a future mermaid journal. That's why it's decorated like it is. And then this is sort of like a bookmark here. Then you have under it, you have these two pieces that come out of this pocket, just small little journal cards. And then you have this card that comes out of the side, and it has a saying on it. Now, that's the 3. It's 3, 2, 1. So that's the 3 pockets, 1, 2, and 3. Then you have 2 flips, and here's one flip right here that you didn't know about. And the second flip is right here. And this has all the secret journaling in it that you can do. So then you just kind of tuck this back in here like that, and it stays right down for you. And then this covers 1 page in your book. So that was the 1 part, 3, 2, 1 journal cards. Okay, let's get to it. I've got my paper here, and what we need to do is do some scoring. So you'll want to figure out which you want to be the top part of your card. So you're going to take and score it at 3 3/4 inches down. Then the next score will be at 10 down. We're also going to cut off this last bit, this 1 5/8 part will get trimmed off, and that can become one of those little skinny journal cards over here. Okay, I got that trimmed off for us. And also, I've already went ahead and covered this inside with some kind of just dyed paper. Thin copy paper's best. And just put it on there with a glue stick or something. And all you're going to do is you can fold it. Fold that down. So your copy paper is on the inside. But once we get down to this part here, that cutoff part, we want to add our next piece, which will be this one. And it's going to go against the bottom like that. This piece that I've added here, that is the thumb hole. This is the thumb hole where it gets cut out for that side pocket. So that's what this is here. We're going to glue this down to this part right under that 10-inch score mark, and where you had previously just cut off that little piece. That goes down here. And then once we get it down, we're going to go ahead and go to the next section here. All right, that's down. Then once we continue down through here, we're going to score again at 12 3/4 inches. And here was this part right there. I thought that'd make it easier for you to see it. It's kind of hard to see it on this white. But here you're going to score at that 12 3/4 inches. Then you're going to score again at 15 1/2 inches. These numbers will all be down in the description box in case you need to refer back to them. And then you're going to score again at 18 1/4. Now, I made a little mark on the outside here that this is where I cut out my little piece for my thumb. And then this piece here also gets cut off. And this is going to be your card that goes into the inside pocket. So let me do that. Okay, I cut this down. It's 2 5/8 by 5, and that's our side pocket tag. It goes off to the side while we're decorating the rest of this. Okay, Now we're going to start our folding, our flipping and folding here. This first part comes down at the top where you've put a piece of copy paper inside of it to write on. You could leave it plain. You don't have to put anything inside. If it's a one-sided journal card, you can stencil it in here. You can just put ink over it, you know, smudgy kind of ink where you can still see it when you write on it. Okay, and then you're going to take and you're going to fold up the piece at the next score mark. That was the 10-inch score mark we're folding right now. And then you're going to fold this part down. That is the 12 3/4 score mark. And then you're going to fold up this score mark, which is the 15 1/2. And then you're going to tuck in the last little piece at 18 1/4 score mark. And we're going to take our bone folder and work on this last one, because this will be the first thing that we're going to glue. I really appreciate everybody coming to see me today. I hope they really like this idea. It's sort of different. It's something I kind of came up with. It's a little combination of all types of things. I've seen versions of this in different parts of this over different videos through the years, but I've never seen it all together, and I don't know what made me want to put all this together. All right, we're putting our punch in, and I could have punched that a little better. I left some of the pencil marks showing. Okay, we're punching right in between the 18 1/4 and the 15 1/2, the last two scores. That's where you're putting your thumb pull in. And then at the next one up, you'll see that that's where I put that piece of paper behind, so I wouldn't see the white. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue. I'm not going to glue that little piece down underneath. We're just going to glue the top part to the piece up above. And we're going to put our glue on there like that. And then we're going to want to put glue right here along this back edge as well. And if I wasn't so wiggly, I could have got a little straighter glue there. I'm pretty bad at this. All right, now we're going to put this down and hold it while it dries and sets. We're going to rub over it to burnish it with our bone folder and reset all of our scores. You want to really try to get all these these folds down, and it really holds. You don't have to have anything to keep this last little piece folded down. It does really well if you keep going over it several times. Now, this is where you might want to go in as you're putting it together and doing some inking on the sides and such. I don't think I'm going to worry about that at this point. This is going to be for a recipe journal I'm doing. So it's not going to need to have too many, you know, frou-frou decorations. I'll go over it with a little ink at the end. Now this next part up, this is between the 12 3/4 and the 15 1/2 score marks. You're going to glue this down with glue on either edge. And this is going to glue up to our base here. This is the back base. This largest piece is what is going to be glued down to the surface of the inside cover or the actual journal page itself. And it's all together. Just going to make sure we got those pieces down really well. And go back in with a little bit of this. Now you can round edges here if you would like. I did a round edge here, so it would slide in easiest. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot to say, don't glue all the way up. Leave just a 1/4 of an inch there that's open. So I want to make sure I get back in there and rub off any excess glue. I might have to get back in there and glue a little bit more, but what it is that's where you're going to tuck. Yeah, see, I might want to glue a little bit here. I pulled too much. Hold that down. Yeah, that will help keep your top flap from going. And that one's pretty much what I want. See how it's just about a 1/4 of an inch from the top? That's perfect. You can go in here with score tape if you'd rather instead of glue. Either way works just as good. All right, now this is the part that goes right down in there. The reason my other one was, it's a little stiffer to get in and out, is because of this piece of star that I've got on there. And the 2 pieces of the star stick down. So I really have to pull that back and tuck it under. But that's the only reason that one has a little bit of difficulty. And then what you want to do is go back over some of your score marks, and then you can see how nice it lays down. It lays nice and flat. Once it's in your journal for, a few weeks, it'll be flat as a pancake. So then our little piece here goes in that pocket, and we're going to decorate that one up right now. That's going to be decorated up on the outside with this piece. I'm using pieces from, it's a recipe keeper, a retro recipe keeper from a Jewel Design on Etsy. I've been using some of her kits lately, and they're really cute. Really, really cute. All right, we're going to decorate this one up with this cute little doily I've got. I'm trying to stick to the colors that are in the kit. And wherever this one needs to go, I like that swirl. That's why I chose it for the mermaid journal. That swirl looks like the ocean. But these kind of muted colors will also go for this retro kit. I can remember having one of those ovens that was mustard yellow, a burnt mustard yellow at that. And I think we had the avocado green. That's probably aging me a little bit, isn't it? I even helped my mom with the wringer washer one time. Got my finger stuck in it. Oh, that was pleasant. Anyhow, we're going to push this down. This teal is a little brighter than it needs to be, but I'm not going to worry about that. It's going to be covered up with the Donut Ever Let Me Go. That was so cute. She had 3 of those little phrases. This is another one that I used. It was "You are beautiful." So what I did is I used some scrap, and then I used a couple of her little tags, word tags, and that's one of my ones that'll go up in here. And here is another one that she had blend, and she's got a whole page of cutouts, and I used that, and she had a banner, and I had a scrap that went right there. So you can always make up any kind of cuties with a bunch of your scraps. I mean, we're using scraps today. Okay, I'm going to cut off the excess part here. This might get used somewhere else. I don't know. Then we're going to finish this. And you wouldn't believe it. I had a donut wood stamp. So I decorated that up with some, it had some alcohol markers. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. Yeah, that first part, once you get the score marks and everything in there, it goes quick. I forgot to get my tweezers. All right, we're going to do that here. Do not ever let me go. I know, I'm covering up most of that doily, but that's okay. I just want little bits of it to show. And I'll put my donut there. I've got a plan to make recipe books for Christmas. I mean, I've done a few in the past, but it's the far past. And I've got a few new recipes, and I need to get that typed up so I can get it printed out. I'll probably use a few of these little words and ephemera that she supplied in this kit for it, because they're really cute. Okay, and we're going to put yummy right there. All right. That one's done. All of our little tags are done. Now the only tag I have left to do is the big one. And oh, I do have to put this on the outside here. That's just a U-glue. Is that a new word? U-glue. There we go. And this is another little pocket that could be used for something. I don't know what. I didn't plan on a lot of these pockets, what to fill them with as yet. I do know I'm using it on the back side of a little journal I'm making now. And I should have went in here and did this. That's the one part that you can see. But, yep, that worked easy enough to dull that white down. I didn't want it blaring at me. Now, I still need to find something for up here. I'm not quite sure what to put here. So that will be a little later. But our back journal card, that'll be up behind here. I have a few ideas for it. And I'm going to build a scene. And this is another one of her little word phrases. You bake me crazy. And then these are some of her little cutouts. And then cupcakes. And of course, I like a play on words. So that's why this is about cupcakes. And see, this page came out of another book. I mean, not book, a paper pad. I am not a coffee drinker, so I'm not exactly sure why I got this. I got it from May Made It, her shop. But I'm using, where is it? This, it's this one. This one, I'm sorry. It's this one. And I thought it was so cute. And it goes with cupcakes. So I'm going to put this down as my base counter. And it's just a little piece of like a wood grain type of paper. I thought it would look like a wooden cutting board or a wooden counter. Something along those lines. I'll put that here at the base. Now you can decorate your pages up, or you can leave your journal cards plain. It doesn't matter how you do it. Do it as comfortably as you would like. Some people can find these beautiful pages that has almost like a scene on it. Now some items in her book has already a scene. Like these little pockets had scenes, and there was a couple of other things. Like this is a side pocket that I decided it was to be used with another larger triangle, but I decided to use it this way. It's been getting colder and colder at my end of the world, and I've noticed a lot of people have been getting snow. Ugh, I do not look forward to that. Be staying inside and baking. All right. I have a little die cut set, and it's got like a bowl and a mixer and a few other things in it, and I thought that would be cute if I had that sitting right here. Now what I'm going to do, so I can still access my pocket, because I need to get my little card in there, I'm not going to glue the back side of this, just the tip here and the part that touches down here. So I think it's just the edge here, that little bit, and the bottom. Okay. So, and if you want to make it easier on yourself, you could make you a little mark before you put down your pocket, and you'll be able to tell exactly where to load your glue. But I think that'll be enough right there. Oop, over just a tad. There we go. I tried to pick colors that had to go with the other ones that were in the kit. And this was another one of the pages that came out of the, what was that, Coffee Lovers? Oh, it's Coffee and Friends. That's it. But yeah, I used this one for my mixer because it went really well. Now my bowl, I need to put there. And if you see how I made the bowl, I actually went around it with my ground espresso. How appropriate. Coffee. Anyway, I made this little mark here on it. Like it's got a dimension to it. And I just used the edge and pulled down in a little curl. And I got that to look like it was a bowl shape. I thought that was kind of cool. All right. So anything that's flat, you can still make it look like it's got dimension to it with a little fancy positioning. Okay, there's that. I'm putting my word cupcakes down to the very base. Down here. I've always had this thing where I like a play on words. So cups and cupcakes go together. Okay, this is going to be my backdrop because I didn't think my little jars were going to stick out. So I chose this to make those really pop. Okay, and I think it's going to be a little shelf way up here, up above everything. Here's the bottom of my shelf. This was like a little strip on one of her pages. She had 4 of them. I thought they went really well. With this set that I'm doing. All right, there's that. And then I fussy cut out all these. See, there's that olive green color. I remember that well. Maybe that other color we had was Harvest. I think it was called Harvest Gold. But boy, oh boy. That stuff. Those colors are something else. Okay, put all my little jars up here. I think these are so cute. I don't even know if they make things like this anymore. Everything's Tupperware now, isn't it? Or not Tupperware, but plastic. I remember the Tupperware too. Lady come around to your door selling that stuff. Or you got to go to a party. They used to have parties and you could win pieces. But they were hoping for you to buy a lot of it. Okay, so our card goes right back under there. And it's not hindered in any way. I got my hand in the way, probably. So it's not hindered in any way. So there you go. There's our journal card that's going in the back. We are going to round the edges. Ooh, that went through a little bit of wood there, but I always like to round the edges of my journal cards. Okay, now I can come back and ink around that if I choose. Our next piece to do is, oh, I did need to do this on the back side. So in case I would like to write a recipe or just have it look like I'm writing a recipe, I'm going to put that on with a glue stick. Okay, we're ready to decorate the top front flap, and I've chosen a few things. I'm going to use this little piece here at the top that was from the doily. This was one of her recipe journal cards. It usually would flip and you'd have a recipe on the back of it. I chose to cut out these little pieces that are similar to the ones that are on our back journal page. So it will coincide with each other. And then I cut out a small recipe card to go back here where you'll be able to see the word recipe and then the word measure. So all of that's going to go and blend in to make a story. I like things to kind of make a story or to make sense. So we're going to be able to tell a story from a word, the picture we're going to create. Okay, I can go on here like that. And then we're not wasting any of that cute little doily. Next will be our recipe card. And that's just going to have some glue on that major point to hold it down. Okay. That's going to go dead center. I think that's good enough. You can be exact, or you can just be as close as you can get it. It doesn't have to be a perfect science. You're creating. Have fun. That's what we're doing. We're having fun. Now I went around all these items with a little bit of my ink, ground espresso ink, just to make them pop out a little bit more. And then we're going to cover up the cupcake. I wish I could keep it, but it's kind of in the way. Or it's not in the spot that it needs to be. How about that? So we're going to do that. And then we're going to have measure. And I'll show you what I'm going to stick the piece in. So you get a general idea what I'm talking about when I say the front or the back cover. Okay, so all of those little goodies are done. I'll show you my journal. And the only things that we have left over are these two little pieces here from our 12 by 12, which those could have been incorporated in somewhere else, like part of the base or something along those lines. Now here is my journal that I'm still working on. Haven't got it done yet. I chose it and this is the recipe keeper, but I made a bigger piece here. This is like a cover that I made in a reflection of what her actual design was. So this piece here is from her kit, but I cut these out from a die cut. This is from her kit, and all of these words are. So, and this page I used for the inside of my cover. And these are still to be put in. Some of these are my own dyed pages that worked. And then she had this page. I couldn't get that brown in anything I had, so she had a brown page that worked just right. But this is her cover and her recipe keeper. And then you had 3 or 4 little pieces inside of here that are part of the kit. And then you had like little recipes and such. So that's about what this is. Then my idea for my 321 journal card is to have it right here on the back cover. And you see it's going to take about all of that back cover once I sew the signature in right there to have this work. So there you have it, a 321 journal card. And hope you all try this. It's very easy. Look in the description box for all the details. And thank you very much.